Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about grad school, the process that I went through, why I decided to go, how I feel now that I'm only less than 4 months away from graduating. This is just going to be an overview. I'm planning on making this a series, so I'll go more in depth about each part of the process in later videos, but let me know if that's something you would be interested in, and I'll definitely work on those. Without further ado, let's get started. So first of all, why did I decide to go to grad school? I first started looking into graduate programs about 1.5 years before I graduated from my undergrad degree, so around my junior year. So most of my friends right now worked a little bit after graduating and then decided to come back to graduate school later on. So there isn't really a good or a bad time to go to grad school. So it's kind of just seeing what time is right for you. So I knew that I wanted to go to graduate school because I was a computer science major, and while I did like coding, I did really like the technical aspect of it. Thinking about coding all day and looking into programming jobs really stressed me out, and I really didn't want to do that. I wanted to do something within technology because I really did like computer science. I just wanted to go into the business and management side of it. So I looked for programs in information sciences like information management and information systems. So now that I had this idea, the next part was researching. I did a lot of research online with general Google searching, as well as the Princeton Review, and just there's so many sites out there. I'm sure you can find a ton of information on any program that you're looking at. I also talked to a professor in the computer science department who I thought could guide me and help me find programs that I would be interested in, and he told me about iSchools, which are information schools. It's a department within a few universities around the country, and sometimes they have undergrad degrees too and graduate degrees, and they focus on different things like information management, information systems, information sciences in general. So that was really interesting to me, so I did a lot more research into those. And another thing you can do is reach out to friends who have gone through the process themselves, or any family members or family friends or anyone who you might know or can connect with online. And in the end, I chose 7 programs, and 2 of them were at the same university. So now that I was researching schools, I had to start thinking about taking the GRE. Luckily, the programs that I was looking at did not need a subject-specific GRE test, so I just had to take the regular GRE. So I knew that applications would be due late in the fall or winter of my senior year. While I was researching programs, I signed up for a Princeton Review GRE test prep course over the summer before my senior year, and I was also taking 1 or 2 other summer classes, so I just thought this would be, so it wasn't super difficult to add this into my summer because I was already kind of in school mode. So we met once a week to go over just some general test taking strategies, just like any ACT, SAT, any standard test prep if you've taken those. They went over some tips, and we had homework due before each class every week. And I took the Princeton Review in-person course that met with a group of people every week for a few hours. But really, you can use any tutor or program that knows what they're doing. Since the Princeton Review is a huge organization, that's why I went with them, because I felt like they had a lot of options and they had their own test prep that they work off of. And I also registered for 2 tests a couple months apart, just in case I felt like I needed to study after the first one and I didn't get a good score. For the most part, the GRE prep doesn't really teach you the content, so they're not going to teach you the math or make you read books or something like that, other than the test prep book. For the math section, they were just trying to teach tips because it is kind of like basic algebra calculus. And for the reading portion, they did have vocab flashcards, but again, it was just general test taking tips and how to write an essay that would get points. So again, the GRE is just a standardized test, so you kind of have to study for that specific test rather than just general content. So I had to organize all the information, requirements, application materials, everything that I was researching, all of that information. And to do that, I created a super simple Excel spreadsheet with a row for each school and columns for the website, application materials, if I had sent my GRE scores to that school, or if I had finished my personal essay for that school, so I could check it off as I went. It was really easy to keep track of everything this way, and I knew when the deadlines were coming up, so I also incorporated this into my planner and like my to-do list and stuff, just so I could be on track and plan ahead for it. Because of the spreadsheet, I knew when everything was due. So finally, getting to applications, I filled out all of the easy stuff right away, so just like my name, my school that I was going to, GPA, stuff like that. And then I started working on my personal statements. Most of the programs I applied to were pretty similar, so they had similar personal statements. So I created a general outline that would work for all of the schools, but when I went to write each one was more specific and tailored to the school I was applying to. I talked about professors or specific courses that I was interested in taking, things like that. I also asked a bunch of people to read over my essays, and I had everyone mark it up. I had so many drafts of it. I also asked 2 to 3 people for letters of recommendations because most of the schools asked for 2, and I think a couple asked for 3. So I asked about 3 or 4 months before they were actually due. So I asked at the beginning of fall semester, and for the most part, they kind of asked me about the schools I was applying to, some more information specific to me, why I wanted to go there, so they could get a better understanding of what to write in the recommendation. They had plenty of time to do that. Basically, once you finish everything and you're done with all the applications, you just wait. And for me, it was really tough to decide on which one I wanted to go to because I had more than one top choice and they were kind of all over the place. I applied to a bunch in the East Coast and then only one in the West Coast. So in the end, I chose a school based on reputation, ranking, and location. So hopefully this helped, and I know this is a lot of information, but I will do more detailed videos if that's something that you guys are interested in. So this is just my personal experience. Let me know if you've had any experience applying to grad schools, and if you have any tips for other people. Make sure to like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.